This is my 2014 Ford F150 FX4 extended cab truck, and it is for sale. This video is going to move rather quickly to show you all of the features of this particular truck, and if you're interested in this truck, you need to get a hold of me. The only reason why this truck is being sold is because I need to make room for a new vehicle that I have coming very quickly. And so it's sad to say goodbye. Let's talk about this F150. I've had this truck for 5 years. I'm the second owner. The person that had it before barely used it as a truck. I did use it as a truck. I did haul a few things in it, several things over the years, but I did not abuse this truck. It has not ever been off-roaded, and therefore I have been teased about it being a pavement princess. Let's look underneath the hood. You can see the Raptor grille, which I think is very attractive in this vehicle, and aftermarket headlights with a LED side feature that looks very attractive. We have the parking lights on right now so you can see those. The truck does include the original stock headlights and the stock grille that is in good shape. Here's our engine. This is our EcoBeast engine. Only problems ever with this, I had a code one time that required me to, I had misfire, so we changed out the plugs. And then I had an O2 sensor that tripped, and so that had to be replaced. And I paid for that to be done in both cases. Replaced the battery. That's a 2020 sticker on that battery right there, the green sticker. And you see the red wire coming out of there. That red wire goes into this gigantic fuse, which will run the amplifier that's in the truck. Now, the amplifier is not a big amplifier, but boy, is that a big wire. So, should anybody want to do a supersized subwoofer, it is available. The power is all there to do so. Okay, other things under warranty. Whenever I purchased this vehicle, I think it had about 40,000 miles, maybe 38, something like that. The transmission was making a noise, and Ford had a service bulletin on this transmission. So, it spent about 3 days at Watermark Ford in Marion, where they, I don't know what they did. They fixed it, and they drained all the transmission fluid that they could. They had to rebuild portions of that transmission, but it never had a problem. It's never had a problem. Four-wheel drive, I've used it every winter. I've used it in a couple of spots whenever I was hauling, pulling a trailer and hauling mulch, things like that around my house, and I didn't want to tear up the yard. Rear diff lock does work. I can verify that. I can verify that everything works that I've ever used in the truck. There is the stock exhaust. I don't like a truck that's very loud. I'm over 50. I prefer a truck to be kind of quiet. I don't know. Maybe I do like them loud, but I didn't do it to my truck. This tailgate is the kind that has the step. So you can pull this out and you can use it as a step. And I have, as this truck got taller, I actually use that. And this arm will lift up and lock, and you can pull yourself up into the bed of this truck, which is super handy. Getting in and out of this truck at this height is a little, well, it wears on you after a while, depending on how old you are. Truck stock trim out is in black, which I think is very attractive. It fits the wheels. I wasn't a chrome trim out guy. I think I was moving toward a more black trim, and of course that's how everything has become. This color really pops, this blue metal flake, and we're looking at this in the shade because it's so extremely hot today. Interior is cloth, and you can scope it out now. Those are factory Ford floor mats. Power windows, power locks, keypad entry, as you probably have seen. In the Ford FX4, F150 FX4, we have, at least on this model, and I don't know, I'm not a Ford expert on every single F150 option, but we do have traction control button here, and we have a descent control here, trailer brake controls here. This is where you're going to click into four-wheel high or low, and a rear diff lock control here, which I have used. I've used every feature of this truck. The feature that I used the least, and only have used maybe twice, is four-wheel low, and there's a number of steps to get it there so you don't tear up the truck. So please be aware of that if you wanted to do any four-wheel low stuff. Let's take a look at What else in here? 12-volt power connection there. It's got a brow at the top. It's got, there's the electric control for the rear. And these two dome lights here. And we have a vanity mirror. Is that what you call these? With a light. And we have one over here on the driver's side as well. What else? I never did replace these tweeters, but all 4 door speakers have been replaced. Because the stock speakers are pretty terrible. There's a startup for you. There's our really cool Ford, well, it did show a Ford logo there for a moment. And 117,500 with a 15.8 average mile per gallon. And that is absolutely in the big city of Marion, Illinois, as I have gone nowhere on the highway in quite a while, except back and forth to a college, which isn't very far away. Air conditioning is blowing beautifully right now, and I'm so hot, I'm glad that it is. Engine is ticking away as you expect. This console is my favorite. I cannot stand the giant thing that comes down over here with the built-in cup holders. I always have wanted a real pretty console, which this one is a little dirty. Plenty of room to store things. 2 big cup holders here. We actually can downshift in a manual mode. You can see that we have a P, R, N, D, and M. That manual mode allows us to shift here if we so desire. We have cruise control. You can control songs on your phone via Bluetooth, even though this has the little tiny screen. This is fully Bluetooth capable, and I have used it as such. Down inside here, we also have, for the subwoofer, we have the knob, the potentiometer knob, the control, which allows you to increase or decrease the subwoofer sensitivity, all that you want. Let's take a look at where that's located. Here in the back, we have the Pioneer 10-inch subwoofer box, which was an all-in-one package. And so if you lift the seat, you see there's 2 cables that are coming through. Those deliver the signals to this to turn it on and then, you know, filter out the sound so that you have a subwoofer. I think if you look over at the far door over there, you might see some light reflecting off of that aftermarket speaker. I can't remember if these are MTXs or Pioneer, but they have been changed out. I did that very, very early on. This little green block that you see here lifts this subwoofer up enough so that whenever it pounds out, it doesn't hit this factory mat. That, of course, is something that you could change out by screwing some little knobs underneath there to lift it up, or just get rid of the mat entirely, but that would prevent a bottoming out of that subwoofer. And you can remove it entirely. Very easy to remove and back out of that sound, that subwoofer sound system, at any point that you want. Let's go to the other side and take a look where that amplifier is. And you can hear the engine ticking away. And underneath that seat is the little amplifier. And it's on because the stereo is on. Pioneer Champion Series Class D mono amplifier. Now, everything that has been done to this truck, unless it's just been a minor thing, is here. All factory manuals and invoices and receipts for various things, which includes the dates, even the spark plug change out. I think this is the last oil change and my registration for the vehicle. I don't know what else there is to say. It's kind of a sad thing to even talk about getting rid of a truck that you love. Best truck I have ever owned, and that's no BS at all. It is the go-to vehicle for just about anything in the world that I've ever wanted to do.